Hey guys, I'm Perkui, the challenger player that was getting called out by a lot of other players for rolling down stage 3. And I was interviewed by Think Me, uh, and I was talking to him about this thing called card waves. But I want to explain myself first. So you shouldn't really roll down stage 3 like all your gold. I simply did so because I was kind of going through grief. My parents were getting the worst, so um, I didn't know what to do. I played like 20 hours of TFT straight. I was just confused, and I wasn't really playing to play. That's why like all my games were just forced rolling stage 3. But I gotten better, and I want to make a video about this waves thing because a lot of people don't seem to understand it and haven't seen practical simulations of it. So I was first interviewed by Dink
Games here.
because of
Oh my god.
rolling down like on stage 3 zero gold every round and just hitting knock 3 and getting top 4 in a 850 LP game. So the thing about Card Wave, you see, this is a PDF I made. I also have a guide written in TFT's Discord in the guide and WOD review. So this is to give you an example, which if I want a Kog'Maw, I mistyped this at level 7, and if none other people have any card in their shop, the chance for me to get a Kog'Maw when it's a 3 cost, it's 5.4, which is 18 Kog'Maw cards out of 334 3-star. But assuming if there's a wave, which means nobody else in the shop have Kog'Maw, and have 14 other 3 costs, which is 40% of 35 cards. It's on average a 5.625%. But if there is no wave, which saying if they have some Kog'Maw, for example, 4 Kog'Maw, then it's a 14 card out of a 324 pool size, which results in around 4.321. And when a card wave hits, it's basically saying it's 1.3 times more likely for a Kog'Maw card to appear when it's 3 costs or 30.118%. And it's a really big amount of number, like 30% is pretty huge, especially it's every time you roll. And I have a friend here who wrote a simulation for me to test this theory. That way you guys can see it firsthand. This is a code Mcalmic wrote for me. I'm gonna link his Twitch in description. We have all the things we need. Import random, basically apply RNG, 3 cost chance 40%, defining variable. It's gonna run the simulation 100,000 times. We have the roll function, which is gonna keep in track what we roll and what we want. This is defining the 3 costs that's out of the shop, which in total there's 234 of them in total, and the one we wanted have 18, which is one of the 3 cost unit, any random one. This is how we roll. Each time we hit, we roll 5. And these two is when we roll during wave and when we roll during no wave. So Monte Carlo wave is when there is wave, Monte Carlo no wave is when there isn't a wave. So when there is a wave, this is what we do. When we roll, and if there's two unit that we wanted, two or more, during 2 rolls, we are gonna roll again. Like we're gonna keep rolling until it stops us. Like when it's gonna stop giving us the unit we wanted. And when there's no wave, we just force roll until we roll out the 3-star of the 3 cost we wanted. So this is gonna run the 100,000 times, and it's gonna display the result right here. So when there is a wave, it takes around 59 rolls to get a 3 cost, and 76, 70, 78, 77 rolls to get a 3-star of the 3 costs we wanted if we force roll. We can run this multiple times, and the output difference is always around 18 to 19 most of the time. So that's basically around almost 40 gold if you roll during waves and if you don't. And rolling during wave will save you econ considering other than just force rolling down. So it's a decent amount of difference. But that result is when we are considering if there could be a way for force rolling too. But if we put when you force roll, most of the time it probably isn't a wave if you just force roll the whole thing. So let's put this to 3 to 5. And when there is a wave, like we are going to see so we put 0 to 8, 0 to 6 is more reasonable. Because this is gonna see if we hit 2 or more pieces before we roll. So it's gonna save us econ and it's gonna statistically show us if there's statistically warn us if there's a wave or not because we are getting more of this unit. That means there are less in other people's shop. So this is like more of the real numbers. So 0 and 6 in other people's shop, and 3 to 5 is uh when you force roll without checking for waves. So it takes on average 49 rolls for when there is a wave, and the average of 71 when there isn't a wave. So that goes to around 22 rolls, 21 rolls, which is a considerable amount of rolls. 42 gold, yeah, around that much. So for those who think wave is just a useless tech, this is a simulated output of when you roll during a wave and when you don't. Yesterday around I think 9 or something like that, maybe 10. Well, my friend pinged me and was saying, uh, my wave guide was made into a YouTube video by a YouTuber and Twitch streamer called Sub-Zero. I went to look at his channel. I love the content, but after I viewed the video, there are a few questions in the comments, like saying, do you just have to make a survey for your opponent asking if there is uh how many of the unit you want is in their shop? Well, a wave is pretty detectable because you will literally get a few units every time you roll. It's not taken by other player. And in my perspective, what I do is if I have enough econ, normally, not like how I played 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I was just force zoning. It's not wise, it's not smart, it's not a good idea to do so. I was simply doing so because I didn't want to think about how I should play the game. I was just trying to distract myself from the grief. But 20 hours of TFT, I distracted myself successfully. And now I want to talk about how you should be doing the rolling. So you should technically roll around 2 times, including the free reroll, from every single round, like to check if cards are coming. Every time you hit a unit that the unit you want, you roll 2 more times. Ignore your econ until you have 31 gold left, which rule of 31. This is the most wise idea to spend your econ because it's not gonna hurt your econ this much, and it's gonna allow you to save so much money than force rolling just from the code we ran. It's almost like how much? That's around 40% more convenient. So this tech have been known throughout China as the rule of 3D. So in China, D means as to reroll, so you reroll 3 times. Some people just reroll 6 gold. Some people use the free reroll and 2 more gold. But that's how they check for waves. And if there is a card, they just roll 2 or 3 more times to see if there are anything else, and they just take whatever they have. Some player do it how they have no gold. Some player do it how they have 30 plus gold, so they can still get their gold back to be safe. I would suggest just force rolling down if you have a wave and you are starting to lose. Like, if in that case, it's just better for you to improve your board quality so you can have some more HP to lose in late game. That way you can still get your LP. But this tech have been in China since season 6, season 7, and uh there are a few videos on it after I checked the Chinese Douyin and Bilibili. People talked about it, about how shop work, how shop quantity work. So I just made this video so I can show you guys the simulation and the idea behind what a card wave is. Anyways, hopefully this video is helpful and you learned something new. And I have received quite a few DMs laughing at me about card waves, so making this video is just to prove myself that this card wave is a statistically correct logic. And I wish you all a great day.